book that's called Smoke. And I still recommend, don't smoke a cigarette. Don't tend a fire on a cigarette and smoke it. That's bad for your health. And I have read that if you do it one time, you can't stop at that. You do it more and more and more. So don't try it. Don't do it. Hello. Today I'm going to talk about this book that's called Smoke. And the author is Alison Prince. And in every video it's coming in every video I do at summer, it comes and eat me. And now it's not fun for me. So I'm going to do like this and like what's called?
I don't know.
But I'm not going to do like that, not that, but maybe this I'm going to do. And cigarettes is bad for your health, so I recommend don't
smoke
cigarettes.
Don't
smoke cigarettes. And that in this book they are going to say why. And it's the author has written back here. I'm going to read that, and then I'm going to talk about this book. But now I'm going to read. I wanted to say, but now I'm on level 1. But that, and then I think for myself, oh, that's bad. And so that's why I said that something with a level 1. That's why. But then I think and thought, no, not that. Okay. But now I'm going to read, and you can look at the book when I'm reading. Smoke by Alison Prince. For Dan, it is just a dull train trip with a dull train trip with his dad and little sister. That's until Dad gets off for a smoke. The train leaves without him, and there is no one to meet them at the other end. How will Dan and his sister cope alone at night in a big city? Alone at night in big city, and you think why they're going on a train? Cause for them it's just a dull train trip with his dad and little sister. It didn't say here all, so you're going to hear that something more in the book. And my eyes hurt today somehow. I don't know why, but it hurts. Maybe because these lamps are so that it's reflecting to my eyes. That's maybe why. But now I'm going to talk about this book that's called Smoke. And Dan, I think Dan says that it's like bad word. I recommend that you don't say that bad word. But I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to say that he don't want to be in this train. Dan doesn't want to be in this train. It's boring in the train. And then Dan says about what's happening, why they're on the train. He's saying that on the train, it's like, his mom is going to get a new baby. And then they're going to Glasgow with his dad to Glasgow to Glasgow. So they ride to Glasgow, but then they stop and their dad is going out of the train and taking a smoke. But then when he did it, the train had already gone away. So he was there. And now Helen and Dan is now in the train, but then it's coming it's the water on the trail, so they need to go. They can't go quick. They go like maybe 5 kilometers per hour. So maybe that fast they're going in the train. And then they're in Glasgow. Helen says that Dan wake up because he's sleeping in the train. There the train is. So then Helen says that he needs to wake up there. And now they go off of Glasgow. Now they're in Glasgow, and they're how should I say? Not mom, but
grandma.
Grandma. I got thirsty of all that. What it's called, talking. And now I'm not going to. I don't know, but doing this. Okay. And now I'm not going to do that. So then they're there then they go off the train, and now they're in Glasgow, but they doesn't see their grandma because not today in this book, but not after that day, but how should I say?
It was before yesterday.
So like we say it's Tuesday there. It was Monday when Grandma said that she's going to come, but she's not there when they see. They don't see her. So then they see a man that is going to help them. So they go to the bus station. Then they go to the train station first. Then they go to the bus station. The train station, when the train comes, they wasn't there. Helen's dad wasn't there. I'm going to say Helen's dad. Sometimes it does achoo, and I fly up like this, shoot me, like that. That I don't know what is happening when I achoo does that, but I don't know. But sometimes I just fly out of the stool, and now I'm going to try. If I achoo, I'm going to sit down, okay? So I don't just wee. And then Helen is crying. So then they go and she's hungry. Dan is buying things, buying chips and like snacks for them to eat. Then the cafeteria is, the lady says then Dan and Helen sees a like telephone so they can ring someone. Then Dan is questioning the lady if they can get ask the lady if he can get a book about what you can ring. Telephone, and it costs money. So then Dan almost bought all his money with ringing his grandma, because it was many names of his grandma, but nobody was his grandma. So then they ring Miss Bell, that is their one of their friends.
Neighbor.
What?
Neighbor.
Yeah, their neighbor, and she has the telephone number of his dad. So then he says, rings her, and she says that Dan's dad, Helen's dad, has ringed so many times to her and says if she knows where they are, but she says that she doesn't know. So then she says that their dad hired a car, and his dad come when they talked. So they went in the vehicle, and their dad say about what happened to their grandma. She fall on her cat. So he not broke but whipped her leg. So she's in hospital now in Glasgow. Then they go, and Dan needs to talk with Helen's dad every time, super much, because he doesn't sleep. So he doesn't sleep. Then he gives a cigarette to Dan, but Dan says that he doesn't want to have a cigarette. And then they're friends now, because Dan wants to have a telephone, and he says that he's going to buy it, but he needs to buy the SIM cards by himself. So then when they come to the hospital, their mom she say what the baby is going to be called. It's going to be called that their grandma was called Isabel, was their grandma called, and she is also called Isabel the baby. And that was all of this book that called Smoke. And I still recommend, don't smoke a cigarette. Don't tend a fire on the cigarette and smoke it. That's bad for your health. And I have read that if you do it one time, you can't stop that. You do it more and more and more. So don't try it. Don't do it. Never do it if you want your health to be good. And eat vegetables if you want your health to be good, and other things that's good for your health. And this book was fun, easy to read, interesting, and very good. And my best character was I didn't have a best character in this book. Everyone was good in this book. And bye bye.